So those are the people who you want to respect and learn from, because you're going to be doing the same thing that they have already done. So that's why we give deference to people who came before us. But that doesn't mean that it's like a family. And so in family you have that crazy uncle or that crazy cousin. So we still want to give respect, but it's not like I bow down to you. It's just I respect your opinion.
Very nice, thank you for sharing. Ms. Rachel?
Oh, I believe that, it's just expected that you will show some level of respect to those ones that come before you, just as protocol, it's just expected. I can't really think of a better way to phrase it, if you don't, it's protocol, you just, basically, if someone was joined the organization prior to you, they have more knowledge of your organization than you would, so therefore, you are to show them some level of respect due to that.
Okay. Ken, just to switch gears a little bit, could you explain to us kind of the order of how fraternities and sororities work in terms of being brothers and sisters? It seems like some sororities are closer to other fraternities at times, and vice versa. Is that just kind of a stigma? Is that a stigma, or is that like an unspoken truth, or how does that work?
It's actually an unwritten rule for all of us except for these two.
They really do.
Institutionally bound.
So by your bylaws, you guys are official, the organization that has brothers and sisters. No other organization does?
No.
So why do some sororities be like, that's my brother?
It comes from where they were founded, or like how they were founded. Like the Alphas and the AKAs tend to team up together because they're both the first. Kappa Psi and Sigma Gamma Rho will team up because we were both founded in Indiana. We call it Indiana Love. Delta Sigma Theta and Omega Psi Phi, didn't your founders, one of your founders marry the other one? A founder of Omega Psi Phi married a founder of Delta Sigma Theta. So that's home and love.
Okay, cool. That's very
Diggs love.
No, I'm just here.
Diggs love no.
So that, oh yeah, that's another one.
She's a member of, okay.
The AKAs and the Kappas, they have what we call Diggs Love. One of their founders was first cousins with one of our founders. So it's just, it's little stuff out in there that we'll find a reason.
That makes sense. I'm glad you cleared that up. It all does make sense. Vanita, thank you. So we spoke a little bit on the idea of respect and being founded, and then like how the love transfers between certain organizations and the connection. Can you elaborate a little bit on the idea of how the order of pledging works when you do find that social circle or that Greek organization that you want to be affiliated with? How does one pledge, which I think pledge means to join that organization?
Seek membership into organizations.
So what does that mean?
Not pledging.
What does that mean?
Seeking membership into an
So,
organization.
we don't use the phrase pledging anymore.
Not hate.
You,
Oh, no one said that.
so,
Okay.
no, Delta would like to use the term, and I don't think anybody on the panel would object. Seek membership into an organization. I think what the process is to kind of first do your homework. Attend different events, see what basically lines up with your morals and values. I think the important thing that anybody walks away from when seeking an organization into a membership is you make the membership the organization. The organization doesn't repeat. People walk around with letters. That's nice, but what's behind the letters, what's the commitment, what they do, is a whole different story. So I think those things speak highly. And when we talk about seeking membership, there is a process. And there are written policies and procedures that every organization on this panel has to follow based on what we call our grand chapters, our chapters, our organization's national chapter policies and procedures. So there is a process for membership. So we just don't fly by night and say, okay, we're gonna take X, Y, and Z. You have to meet the criteria, all of us are college educated graduates, and there's a procedure, and we follow that. And if at any point in time it is not followed, no process continues. No process.
What does that mean, no
Meaning
process?
basically, it can be stopped before it even starts.
Okay,
So there's, you have to look at a lot of things, you know, we talk about this pledging, we talk about, what we call the term gypsy moths, people that come in from chapters where there was pledging at a certain period of time. Everything from branding, everything from paddling, everything from all kinds of things that happened in the past. And I put that out there because it is the truth.
right,
And so for us here today, our organizations kind of look at it, and it's a serious nature. People get hurt. There have been incidents where people have died. So we take it very seriously. And our national organizations take it more serious, because that's a responsibility issue that comes down.
that comes with you. Thank you for sharing that. I think that's a beautiful segue. The college simulation experience definitely stands for transparency in college life. So we appreciate being our guest speakers who are honest and authentic, but also share with us, you know, kind of like the fact that even though some things happen, they're frowned upon. I think that that's a good segue, Damone. I would like to start with you and then continue down to the rest of the panel. If you can think of one myth that you think is associated with Greek life, share with us that a common thread or a common myth or a common misunderstanding, and maybe in a short frame kind of correct it for us.
Well, fraternities choose to be selective. It's the truth. Fraternities don't want no dummies. They don't want the drunk or the pothead. You know, when I was trying to become an alpha, if you didn't have a 3.0, they wasn't hearing you. If you weren't in class every day, if you was considered a loser or whatever, they didn't want to deal with you. And so if you just want to be out there and just be chilling and doing nothing and think that that's cool, the fraternities really don't have any room for you. At least I know as far as Alpha Phi Alpha. As far as pledging, I think that pledging has got a bad connotation because it's not a bad thing to pledge. Now to haze is something different. When I went over undergrad at Wilberforce, which is a single-letter chapter, it was founded in 1912. And so it's a lot of traditions that have to be passed on. And when you are on a pledge line, the purpose is to separate you from everybody else so that you can get in tune with the people that you're pledging to. And so y'all get to know each other very intimately. You have a certain set of tasks that you have to do every day. And then, of course, at the times you have to feed the brothers. And then you had to do chores for the brothers. Like every time a brother moved, you had to move. You had to put the little stuff for the cabinets. But while you would iron the clothes, shine the shoes, and when you're doing those things, you get to learn a lot about the brother. He ain't there beating you up and everything else. He's there sitting and talking with you, and you get to learn a lot about him. And so at the end of the time, at the end of the pledge period that you